Hey everyone. Well, I'm glad that we finally get to do this in some weird recording way. So, here, this is Ronsley, and I'm excited to show you some really cool things with artificial intelligence. Let me start by sharing my screen. So, the idea here is to become an AI geek. I believe that the geeks are going to inherit the world. If you see who are the most successful people around, they are geeks. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, very much geeks. And I feel like the quicker we embrace the geek label, the quicker this is going to be painless and easy. So, welcome. The first thing I want you to do is to really think about what outcome you provide and to whom and how. So, one of the first things that is key to making sure that AI actually does what you want it to do is understanding and giving it context. And that means what outcome do you provide, to whom, and how. So, can you write that down for me, please? That way we can get some of the templates done straight off the bat. All right. While you're writing that down, I'd like you to just understand what the plan for today is. Number one, I'm going to explain intelligence because I noticed towards the start or the end of our Q&A today, which was disrupted by the internet, then I'm going to give you about 8 AI tools that you can implement and use in your business right now. I'm going to show you exactly how that's possible. And you might say, Ronsley, that sounds a bit far-fetched. It's totally possible. We're going to design a unique marketing strategy using AI. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to show you how to create unique prompts, how to create insanely amazing AI images that are unique and eye-catching, which is really what you want your images to be. I'm going to show you a project plan to delegating your business to AI in 30 days. And what we might do is when we get together live, let's prompt engineer with you and answer some questions. So I'm going to try and get through the first bunch of bullet points in this plan, and then we'll do the last two when I see you in person. All right, let's talk about intelligence. Natural intelligence are intelligence exhibited by not humans, actually living beings. So anyone that's living, intelligence that exhibit is natural, and intelligence exhibited by machines is artificial. All right. So type of intelligence on the x-axis. On the y-axis, we have level of complexity. So narrow complexity is something that allows you to focus on a specific task or domain, and general complexity is one that allows you to focus on broad capabilities and you can adapt across different domains. Okay, so let's start with the bottom there. Natural intelligence and narrow complexity. So animals with limited cognitive abilities, such as insects and certain fish, fall into this category. So it's like these creatures exhibit natural intelligence but have limited capabilities as to what they can do. Like they can only do specific tasks like finding food and avoiding predators. So it's very simple. Hopefully that makes sense. It's like narrow intelligence, narrow complexity. Let me just break that down: artificial intelligence and narrow complexity. Okay, so your calculator on your phone, for example, is artificial intelligence and narrow complexity. You can only do math, and it's very straightforward. So you're allowed to have intelligence in the sense that you're doing a massive amount of computation, but it's got a very specific function. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is natural intelligence and general complexity. So humans fall into this category, obviously, some primates and dolphins. So we possess the natural intelligence that we can deal with high complex tasks, and we can adapt between them, and we can solve some really cool problems, right? And then on the top there, which we are very close to, is called artificial general intelligence. It's where artificial intelligence can start to think like us and then do things way better than us, in the sense that it can apply learning. So if you think about the things that artificial intelligence does really well that humans don't do, is it's extremely accurate. It remembers really well, so it's got good memory, and it can do things at speed, which, by the way, humans are not good at all three of those things. So that's where artificial intelligence falls. It's in the upper category there, where it is artificial intelligence that is done by machines, and it can deal with general complexity. So that's just an idea of what artificial intelligence is. Just separate artificial intelligence from ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just an application of artificial intelligence. There's different types of AI, which is what I'm going to call it from now on instead of artificial intelligence. So AI, There are different types of AI, and ChatGPT is just one type. You see Netflix, and you see that it's taken 3.5 years to get to 1 million users at Netflix. It took 2.5 years to get to 1 million users at Airbnb, 2 years for Twitter, 10 months for Facebook, 7 months for Dropbox, 5 months for Spotify, 2.5 months for Instagram, and ChatGPT, which is artificial intelligence, the adoption was 5 days. Okay. Then you see that Google Translate took 78 months, Uber took 70 months, Telegram took 61, Spotify 55, TikTok took 9 months, and ChatGPT took 2 months to get to 100 million monthly users. So the rate of adoption is like we've never seen it before. Okay. I'd like you to write that down right now. So, what is a product or service you offer? Who is the customer that you offer it to? Who's your audience? And what goal do you give them? Okay. So, I'll give you an example here. So, AI Geeks community is for solo business owners or a solo business owner that has an assistant that helps them. And these are for solo business owners who want to use AI to create a one-person, $1 million business in just 2 hours a day. So you see how that's very specific. It's like, this is the person that does this, and this is the outcome thereafter. So can you please make sure that you write that down, because everything else from this point is going to become easier. Okay. Now, quickly, a lot of people might not know who I am, and might be the first time we're meeting. My name is Ronsley, and I'm best known as the podcast guy. I've been doing the podcasting world for about 11 years now, and have helped some of the most famous people on the planet create podcasts, from politicians, actors, songwriters, athletes, big business, small business, and over 1,100 businesses. I've recorded over 1,500 interviews and podcasts, and I've helped a lot of people create their own shows and their own platforms. I've been listened to over 5 million times in 133 countries. And why this is so easy for me is because I have a computer science degree and a master's of software engineering. So this is really what I really want you to see, is what I see, and really want you to understand what I understand. Okay, so enough about me. I'm going to give you 8 tools that you can use right now that are AI powered. So separate AI from ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT is a separate app that is used on artificial intelligence, but there are other apps that use artificial intelligence as well. Starting with Grammarly, you must know what it is. It's an AI-powered writing assistant that allows you to correct your grammar in real time. Then is Order.ai. I've been using Order.ai for about 2 years now, and it is a transcription tool that is amazing. We actually have in our community Melanie, who has been with us for a while, and one day she woke up, or she went to sleep at night and woke up deaf, actually. Very sad story. However, Melanie still comes to our events, and we put an iPad in front of her with Order.ai open, and that's transcribing in real time so she can understand what is going on all around her through Order.ai. Extremely powerful. So what makes artificial intelligence so powerful is that you can spend more time focusing on other aspects of your business. Now, that's what we want to do. Like, we're all great at what we do, but then there's all these other parts of business that come in the way that we have to learn. We could be a great chef, we could be a great hypnotherapist, a great podcaster, a great coach, a great lawyer. It doesn't matter what it is, we can be really good at that. But then we've also got to learn to be a great marketer and a great seller and a great social media person and a great customer service representative and great at accounts and great at financial management and great at all these other things that come with business. And artificial intelligence can take all that weight away from you, okay? And you can focus on what you love to do. So that's one. Number two, by far, it'll definitely increase profits and grow your business if you know how to apply it. And number three, it'll allow you to grow your audience through credibility, trust, and authority. It is absolutely powerful, and I'm hoping it is landing that this is something that you have to take some time to spend and pay attention to. Okay, so that's what makes AI powerful. Now, I noticed that a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know where AI fits, and can you please explain this to me properly? So what I want to do is talk to you about artificial intelligence from business standpoint, right? So we are all in a position where we care about business the most, right? Our business and what value we deliver the planet, or deliver our audience. And what we don't want to be doing is being stuck in the doing, or especially stuck in the doing of the things that we don't find fun. Yeah. We don't want to be in a place that we cannot scale, like we cannot grow. If someone says, "Hey, I've got a new client for you," you don't want to be in a position where you can't take that person on. And you don't want to be losing profits because the amount of money that you're spending to keep your business afloat is more than the money you are making. And what tends to happen is that we go straight for these three things on the right hand side, which is increasing revenue, growing audience, and boosting credibility. And we go for that straight, but and we make a bunch of mistakes. So rather than making the mistakes, we've got to go around the mistakes, and we got to do it in this really interesting manner so that we actually get the result. So we don't make the mistakes, we go around the mistakes, and we use the model to increase revenue, grow audience, and boost credibility. I'll get into the model in a second, but I want to show you what mistakes that I want you to avoid. Okay. The first thing is assuming that don't assume that AI is going away. It is not. This is not a fad, and it's not an app. It is not a new trend. This has been being developed for a long time. So AI is not going away. Don't think that if you ignore it, it's going to go away. All right. Number two, using haphazardly AI tools, like, for example, going to ChatGPT as an example and asking it to do a calculation and say, "Oh, ChatGPT can't even get math right." Well, it's not supposed to get math right. You asking ChatGPT to do math is like you throwing your clothes at a vacuum cleaner, expecting it to run a wash cycle. They're two totally different things, and that do totally different things. So that's number two. Number three is underusing AI and just using it for very superficial, top level things, and not understanding the full power of what is possible. Number four is having wonky prompts. And now, by the end of today's session, you will definitely know how to not have and create confusing prompts. So I'm going to help you with that. Number five, disregarding AI ethics, like making sure that you're staying on the ethical line of the practices that you're doing. So just making sure that you're not inviting trouble. Number six, stalling your growth, like being lazy and just coasting on autopilot, and not just kind of expecting that AI is going to come along and you're going to click a button and it's just going to be like 7-minute abs. That those things don't exist, right? You want to realize that there is a learning curve here, and I'm here to help you with that learning curve. Okay. And finally, number seven, the worst of them all is clumsy execution, because you could take even longer if you clumsily execute on AI and just fiddle around with the different AI tools, because I want you to not spend time trying to figure all that out when I have figured most of the stuff for you. Okay. So to avoid these mistakes, we want to follow the model. And the model allows you to do these three things that I mentioned earlier: speed, memory, and accuracy. So for us as a business, to get speed, accuracy, and memory, we got to achieve three main things in our business. We've got to be able to attract audience. We got to be able to take that audience and convert them into paying customers. And then we got to be able to take that conversion and that audience that's converted into clients and deliver to them. Because if you do not attract, you do not have an audience. If you do not convert, you have no revenue. And if you don't deliver, you have no credibility. And you'll be like, "Oh, Ronsley, what's it attract, convert, and deliver?" Well, there are three things in each one of them. So for you to attract, there are three really cool ways that you can attract, and proven ways that you can attract using artificial intelligence. You can have a podcast that goes out weekly, which showcases your human element, like your voice being the main thing, and you can use that to convert and deliver. You can use paid ads and partnerships to create your attract cycle. If you do amazing attract and don't have to convert, you're going to waste all the audience that comes in. So to convert them, you need lead flow. You need the lead flow to go in through a funnel, and then you have to have a selling mechanism at the end. So how do you sell to those people that are leads and then prospects through the funnel, right? So how do they become clients? So you've got to have that sorted. So that's your convert. And finally is your deliver. When you deliver, you got to have your offer, which is your product. And then you got to have, when the customer joins, they've got to have an onboarding. So they are aware of the things that you are doing for them, and they're aware of their roles and responsibilities and your roles and responsibilities. And onboarding them correctly is by far the best thing you can do to keep them and retain them for longer. And finally, having the right reps to deliver and keep this whole thing functioning is the last piece of the deliver puzzle. Okay, so that's what you need to look at. It is attract, convert, deliver. And within attract, convert, deliver, there's all these elements that need to be done. Okay, what we're going to do now is make a unique marketing campaign. And to do that, I'm going to use this prompt. Now, my prompt engineering command list, it's like it's over 1,000 prompts easily that you can use. But the first thing I am going to do is, I'm going to start with one of my prompts, which is here: develop a marketing campaign plan that employs the self-fulfilling prophecy framework, which emphasizes the potential outcomes of using product or service for customer persona, explain how our product can help them achieve their goal, and present testimonials from satisfied customers to illustrate the positive impact it has had on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here into my browser, and I'm going to go chat.openai.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that prompt. So you see how it's kind of giving you a bunch of things to do for you to hit the self-fulfilling prophecy framework, right? Or you could be very vague and say, create me a marketing campaign, and it might not give you the entire thing that you're really after. So being able to give it context, like create me a marketing plan that employs this framework, which emphasizes this thing and does this thing in this order, gives you a way better output, right? You can use the self-efficacy theory, you can use sunk cost fallacy, you can use loss aversion technique, you can use the attachment theory. So this is the things that you would do if you had to implement sensory language and NLP framework to promote this training to business owners that want to achieve this goal. So I hope that made sense. That is how to design a really cool marketing campaign, okay? So we just designed a marketing campaign using different frameworks. So the potential is limitless, right? So what I really want you to see is how you can use artificial intelligence or ChatGPT really to develop a really cool marketing campaign that employs a certain framework to specifically for your product or service. Okay. So that is the first thing. So designing a marketing framework. Hopefully tomorrow when we chat live, I'm show you how to get the brand GPT prompt. So you can actually create a bot for your brand in ChatGPT, and you can say, hey, this is my brand. This is what it represents. These are the colors, logos, and fonts. And this is who I talk to. This is what I deliver. And then it becomes the brand. So maybe you're going to rethink this product that you're deciding to launch, or you kind of go, you ask the brand and say, or the brand bot, and you say, hey, brand bot, I'm thinking of creating a new podcast, and this is the idea for the podcast. And it will be like, oh, great, this is in alignment with your brand. And if you want to align it properly with your brand, here are some ideas that will make you align it better. So there's just some really cool techniques that you can use. But right now, what we're going to do is make a prompt, okay? Because that is probably the best thing and the most important thing that you can do. When we are live tomorrow, I'm going to give you a link to this framework. But this is the 30-day plan that I'm talking about. This is part of day 2. And it is actually the 4 key aspects of AI delegation. All right, come, let's learn. So for you to actually use artificial intelligence, there are four, or use ChatGPT and actually delegate to any sort of artificial intelligence. These are the four things that you've got to understand. The first thing is, what is the outcome? Like, being able to define what the outcome is and what masterpiece you're going to create is the key. So going in blind and kind of not knowing what outcome you're after is really wasteful, and you not really create what you want to create. So knowing what outcome you're after is the first point. The second thing is, you got to determine what inputs are going to make this outcome amazing. So if you're thinking of a masterpiece in an orchestra, you're going to decide what kind of music is going to make this orchestra amazing, right? What kind of instruments you need to make this symphony sound phenomenal. And like that, in our previous example, we were talking about the marketing campaign, and our inputs here were a few. So the first input was, we're telling it, okay, our outcome is a marketing campaign plan. Okay, this is the outcome. Then our input is, well, can you make sure that you employ the self-fulfilling prophecy framework, which is an input, and make sure that you are talking about this product and service, which is an input, and they're talking to this audience, which is an input, and you're making sure that they get this goal. Okay, so those are our inputs. There are four inputs to that previous prompt, which is the framework, the product, service, the customer persona, and the goal. Okay, and then so we did what the outcome is and what the input is. So those were the inputs. And then the third part is, what steps, what do you want to do with the input that you've put in? How do you take that input and transform that input? Our process, or number three, is, we want to make sure how our product can help them achieve their goal. That is, we're telling them, okay, I'm giving you the product, but make sure you process it by explaining how this product helps them achieve this goal, and make sure that you present testimonials from satisfied clients to illustrate the positive impact it has had on them. Okay, so what we're doing is, we're telling it, okay, this is the outcome that I'm after. Okay, I am giving you these inputs, and I want you to process the inputs in a certain way. Okay, so that's 1 to 3. If you can understand 1, 2, and 3, most of your stuff is done. But if you want to be even more specific, you can say, who is the best person to develop this? Act like a marketing expert and develop this marketing plan, which is the outcome. So those are the four key aspects of AI delegation. If you can get all four of them into your prompt, you are going to get the best result. Now, I've got this really cool app that I've developed called WriteFlow, and it is some code that I've written, and it creates this really cool menu here, which outlines and does some pretty phenomenal things, from creating book outlines and FAQs to doing your keyword research and writing articles and writing emails, creating your socials, brainstorming ideas for you, doing a SWOT analysis, helping you with your podcast to do various things. You can even create a whole course from here. It'll help you write a sales letter, a sales pitch. It'll help you write a storytelling sales pitch, which is actually really cool. And finally, the inception menu, which will help you make better prompts, which is what I want to show you right now, because we're still in the stage here where we're learning to do prompts. So on this side, I can say, write me an article on to convince a business owner that artificial intelligence can do all the heavy lifting in their business. Okay, I'm going to just copy that, but I want to run it. So it's writing things down, which is great. It's very generic, and it's done a really decent job. So that's what I want to do. I want to write an article to convince a business owner that artificial intelligence can do all the heavy lifting in their business. But instead of me figuring out that prompt, which is very basic, on my own, I'm going to go into the inception menu here, and I'm going to ask it to make me a ChatGPT prompt. Okay, so I'm going to let it run while it's running the script here, and what it'll do is, it's going to create this amazing prompt. So, act as a knowledgeable and persuasive technology consultant tasked with convincing a business owner to embrace artificial intelligence And I'm going to actually, and you just see how different that is. Okay. Wow. See, I'm still blown away by what it can do. So you see how this has changed, right? The better the prompt, which covers those four elements of delegation, four aspects of delegation really well. So it is defining inputs, and it's telling what you want to do with the outputs, and how to process the inputs to get what you really want as the output. Is actually all going to be the next thing. Is going to be, how do you prompt engineer your way into AI? So artificial intelligence can do all the heavy lifting in their business, and then this is a way better prompt to actually get it to do what you want it to do. Now let's use another example just really quickly. An article is obviously what most people want to do, but what if I kind of want to create I'm traveling to Dubai for 3 days. And I'm going to say, okay, that's kind of basic, but can you please give me a good prompt? And hopefully it'll do some really amazing work, and see how it has created a prompt that is really useful. So act as a personal travel assistant and suggest best restaurants and must-do activities to experience in Dubai for a 3-day trip. Consider the factors such as budget, cuisine preferences, time of day, location. Incorporate an insider knowledge, and so it's designed me the itinerary for Dubai on 3 days, and gave me all these really cool things to do, including places to see and places to eat at and things to do, which is so powerful. So the reason I'm showing you all this is to show you what is possible. Okay, that is the power of creating the right prompt. Now I'm going to show you how to create some really cool images, because if you see here, I've created some really insane images. These are all designed by artificial intelligence, by the way. Spider-Man as a podcaster was really cool. So I'm going to show you how to do these. Okay, now there's another application called Midjourney. Now, Midjourney does some really cool things, and if you kind of explain what you're after, it will do a phenomenal job trying to create it. So here, if you look here, I asked it to create me 3D intelligence art in the style of loose and fluid forms, lively nature, human and machine collaborating as one, solving the world's most meaningful problems, changing normal, intricate illustrations. Just, can you make this for me? And it gave me like 4 options here, which are kind of really interesting, really interesting options. So then I went, these are great. Can you give me more versions of number 2? And then it gave me more versions of number 2, which were also quite amazing. And then I kind of went, okay, I really like one of these versions. I like version 3 here, and I want you to upscale that for me. And then it did this, which is just, what a beautiful image. So, artificial intelligence and humans coming together to live on one planet. And that was its representation of doing that. And this is such a unique image, and it's all created from text, right? So in this way, what we can do is we can go back into write flow here and say human and artificial intelligence in unity coming together to collaborate. And in the same menu that we had earlier under write flow, under inception, make me a Midjourney prompt. So ChatGPT prompt and Midjourney prompts are 2 types of prompts that you can make. And if you have WriteFlow, the trial version, so you can literally go and, you don't have to buy WriteFlow, the full version, which people are paying upwards of $1,000 for because of how powerful it is. So I've given it like a bunch of words here, and it has created for me some really interesting prompts. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to copy this prompt, and then I'm going to come into Midjourney, which is down here, and I'm going to say paste, right? And I'm going to say, can you just create this for me? And I'm going to send this to the Midjourney bot, and let's see what it does. And in a little while, this whole thing will be ready, and it'll give us 4 options of human and artificial intelligence in unity coming together to collaborate. on building a futuristic city in space using nanotechnology based materials and 3D printing. So this is all from the prompt that it's made, right? And this is the return, which is kind of crazy and pretty cool. So we can create some really interesting images using artificial intelligence. And I just want to show you what is really, really possible using AI. Now, let's talk about the 30 days to delegating your business to artificial intelligence. Now, this is something that is really dear to me because I can see how many people are just so lost in this world of artificial intelligence. I can see and hear how much they are going. There's so much to learn, Ronsley. I don't know where to start. And what I'd really love you to do is just do it one step at a time. And I've painstakingly figured out the steps one at a time for you to understand artificial intelligence and delegate your business to artificial intelligence using some of my most favorite prompts and tools and techniques that you in 30 days you'll learn everything from personalizing copy to creating SEO keyword research, summarizing Zoom calls with AI, how to edit using artificial intelligence, how to validate a new business and a product. In this 30 days, there are videos, there's a homework, there are worksheets. Every day you have a piece of homework that will allow you to actually delegate your business to AI. We'll learn how to create headlines, learn how to get Chat GPT onto your phone. Like I have incorporated Siri onto my phone. So I can literally say, hey Siri, can you please write me an email to do this? Or can you write me a speech? I'm about to go on stage and this is what I'm talking about. Can you do that for me? And it'll do that. So I got all that for you in this 30 days. I'm going to show you the best and give you access to the best prompt to write the best SEO article. Literally, like you just have to copy and paste the prompt and then write the article and it'll be the best SEO article that you've written. I'll show you how to do that. So if you're after the 30 days, go to aigeeks.co, aigeeks.co, and you'll find the whole list. You know exactly what the 30 days entails, and you'll have a chance to read through that. But I just want to highlight some of the bonuses that you're going to get. You're going to get my entire ChatGPT prompt engineering command list. It is a whole bunch of prompts that I have curated, my team has collected and taken, and we've put them all together in this one place that you can literally have access to it straight away. And I'll just show you what that looks like. I showed you before, but see this, these are the prompts. There's so many amazing prompts in here. You can do some really, really cool things. I hope you join us, because in here, there are some prompts that will really blow your mind, from content creation to sales scripts and content scheduling, how to do brand partnerships, how to summarize. It is just everything. Email marketing. It's everything that you ever wanted to know and ever wanted to have access to is all in here. Okay. So that is part of the 30 days. You get a link to that and you get a list and you get continuous access to these prompts. And every time we keep adding new prompts to this, by the way. So every time we discover new prompts, they get added to this. I'm going to give you the shortcut. So it's just a link. You just download it and it's the program is already written. It's copied onto your phone, and then you can use voice to artificial intelligence. So the future is literally here. So you can literally use your voice to talk to artificial intelligence and get it to reply to you. Again, it's part of the 30 days. This is the brand GPT prompt that I promised you at the start, but I'm going to give it to you and show you how to use this in your business and how to create your own brand GPT prompt for yourself and for your brand. You're going to get WriteFlow, the trial version. So you get all the prompt generators and the Inception prompt menu along with the 30 days. And it is super, super value packed. I promise you're going to finish the whole thing and you're going to go, you should have charged me more. And by the way, because Bob and Pam are so amazing, I've kind of given a ridiculous discount of like over $1,000 discount. And you can get it for only $9.95 if you use the code I know Bob. So the code is I know Bob. If you go into AI Geeks and you click on I want to join the 30 days. And if you have the code I know Bob, you will save over 1,000, more than 50% of the actual price. So go do that, because not only do you get the 30 days and all the content and all the learnings, you get put into a group that has weekly office hours. So if you're interested, go to aigeeks.co, and for the next 48 hours, you can apply that code, which is I know Bob. I would love to see you on the inside. Now, tomorrow in the live training, what I'm going to show you is how to do these 9 things with artificial intelligence. So come, that we can play and we can share the screen. And I'm going to show you how to be more productive, how to ideate better with artificial intelligence, how to create good summaries using artificial intelligence, how to create brand partner research. So if you're a particular type of business, how do you find brand partners to work with so that you can create a coexisting nice network of joint ventures? I'm going to show you how to do business strategy. I'm going to show you how to do good copywriting, how to do social repurposing, how to do SEO, personalization. So there's a whole bunch of really cool things. And then we're going to finally answer some questions. So come prepared, and I'm going to be excited to hang out with you, hopefully in the morning. Hopefully all the internet works really well. I'm sorry for this morning, and I hope this makes up for my internet this morning. All right. Talk soon. This is Ronsley. Much love.